start the recording. All right, let's look at something like this. Let's say 210.5.7.0/24, right? That's your base network.
Yeah.
Now, the moment you see something like this, the first thing you do is either on paper or in your mind later on, immediately convert this into a decimal mask, right? Which means
Yes.
255, 255, 255.0, right? First 24
Yes.
bits, which is what that means there.
Yes.
Now, once you have this, you already know that you have 8 bits to play with here. You can't touch the first 3 octets, which means your network size originally is 0 to 255.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have roughly 256 IPs there. Now, let's decide
Yes.
on some sizes. Let's say I want a network size of, let's say, 50 for department 1. I want a network size of, let's say, 110 for second department, and for the third department I need, say, 5, and a fourth department where I need about 20.
Okay.
Done. And remember what I told you, always do your subnetting in the descending order.
Huh?
In the descending
Okay.
order, take the largest network first and then work your way down. Otherwise, what happens is you will find something in the middle called discontinuous networks. It will not fit in properly, right? So always get the larger pieces done first. So in which cases we are going to do this guy first, right? That
Yes.
Yes.
second, third, and this guy is the last. Okay. So that is the network we have originally. So let's say 210.5.7.0, 255, 255, 255, 8 bits, right?
Yes.
Let's take our 110 network and have our conversion chart here.
27.
10. When I need 110,
Yeah.
where is 110? Somewhere here between
7
64.
bits. Yeah.
7 bits you're going to need for that. So let's count off the 7 bits, and what we don't need, we are going to
Network.
send it to the network side. And now when we convert, what do we get? 1 and all zeros, right?
Yes.
Which means 128 plus 0000 leaves us 128. Correct? That's our new subnet mask, right? No problems there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Swati, don't sound very sure.
No, it's fine. I'm
Okay,
getting it.
if there is something that is not clear, please do not hesitate to stop me. I don't mind
Yeah.
explaining 5 times, but we don't go ahead unless it is clear to you, right? Because
Yes.
a little later, once you're learning protocols and you're doing routing, I'm going to assume that this is there clear for you, right?
Yeah.
I cannot, at that point of time, we cannot wait and start explaining this again. That's why we are going to clear this
Yes.
right now and move ahead. So, as I told you, the only stupid question in this class is the question you don't ask, right?
Yeah, sir. But
Everything else goes. What?
okay. Nothing, sir. I'm practicing parallelly, so that's why.
Oh, that's the reason. Great. Okay. So once we have our interesting octet in place, as I told you, 255s or zeros in the subnet mask, we do not really care about. Anything different, that is where the interesting octet is, which is, we don't know, the fourth octet is where we are playing the game, right? That area right there. This we are not going to touch. So once we have that, the next thing to do is what? Find our block size, which means the actual size of our network.
Yes.
So to do that, we go and take the maximum possible and subtract from there. What do we get?
128
128.
and
128, which is our block size. And we take the block size and add it to the top, right?
yes,
So what do we get?
127.
Correct. So 210.5.72, that is the size, that is our network, right? Which will give you a total of 128 minus the first one, which is the network ID, and the last one, which is the broadcast ID, should give you a total of 126 usable IPs. Now, again, if you're attempting the exam, watch out for this question. Look at whether they're asking for, okay, build a network which has got 128 IPs, or build a network which has got 128 usable IPs. Because when they say usable, always add those two, you are going to lose, right? So your network size should include the usable ones plus the network and the broadcast ID,
Okay.
right? So watch out for that usable. Let's see. I've seen that trip up a few people. All right, so that is done. Now, what was our subnet mask for this? When we built it, what was the subnet mask? It was 255, 255, 255.128, right?
Yes,
Now, if I want to write this answer, I mean, this is the answer, right? The beginning of the network and the end of the network.
yes.
If I want to write this as a CIDR, what would I write this as? Instead of writing the subnet mask, if I wanted a CIDR notation on this answer, what would I put it as? 8, 8,
8.
8, and how many bits was
About
this?
1.
1. So can I write this as 25?
Yes,
yes.
I can very much do that, right? So that is your first answer right there. And this network gave you 128, out of which 126 was usable. Does that solve our first problem?
yes,
We wanted a network of 110, and we came to the nearest block, and it is 128. Anything above 64, you have to go for the 128 block. If you want 130 IPs, you have to go to the next block, which is 256. Okay. So now what is left? We took care of that for the 1110 network. What is left from the original block?
210
Mm-hmm.
dot 5
Mm-hmm.
dot
Dot
7 dot
7.
128.
128.
128.
Because we used right up to 127, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
So here we go with the next one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. What is the size we need? 50, right?
Yeah.
So somewhere about here, and how many? 6?
6 bits. Yeah.
Done. So let's take our 6 and leave the other 2 back into the network side. What is our new subnet mask?
255.255.255.192.
192. That is
191.
128 plus 64 is 192.
Yeah.
That would be 192. We go back to finding our block size. That would be 192 here.
64.
64 is our block size, which we take and add to the top.
191.
191. Yeah, somebody is really fast today. 210.5.7.191.
1.
Or in this case, as a slash notation, what can we write this as?
24.
8 dot. Oh, uh, 25. 26.
Exactly. Because first three 24s make 20, 255s make 24, right?
Yes,
Yes.
255 is 8 plus 255 plus 8 plus 8, 24. Then we use two more, right?
Yes.
because
Yeah.
these two we had. So 24 plus 2, that is 26,
26.
26.
right?
Okay.
So a total of 64 IPs, out of which 62 is usable. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. What do we have left? So this is for the 50 network. What is left now?
210.5.7.64.
No, we used up to
One.
191.
Oh,
So
yeah.
192.
So
192,
192
192.
to 255 is left for us, right? Let's put a mask here in
Yes.
place.
192. 192.
What's the network size? 20, right? So somewhere here,
Yes.
5 bits. Draw our line there. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's
3
convert this.
bits.
128 plus 64 plus 32.
192. What? 224.
224. See, it's very easy to remember. Just remember those sizes. Like it's
Yes.
128, 192, 224, 240, 248, 252, 254, 255. That's it. Right? So anything
Yes.
beyond 128 is one. So it'll come, don't worry. In a bit you'll start remembering that combination. So here we have 224.
Yes.
Go back and
Yes.
find the block size. What do we have?
32.
Which is 32.
32. So now we take the block size and add it to the top. What do we get?
223.
223. 2 to 4 minus 1, of course, right?
Yes.
And as a slash notation, what can we put this on as?
27.
27. Because we already have 24 plus we are using these 3 bits, I would be
Yes.
27. A total of 32 IPs, out of which 30 are going to be used.
Useful.
So that takes care of that for the 20 network. What do we have left? We have 210, 5, 7 dot. What is left?
224.
224. You need to remember to get that right, because if you make a mistake there, then everything after that will go.
Yes.
All right. What is our requirement? 5, no?
Why?
5.
3 bits, right?
4. Yeah.
3 bits is what we need. So let's say 255, 255, 255, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3.
248.
248.
248. Perfect. 248, which will give us a block size of
8.
8. So we're going to add that to this. 224 plus 8.
Yes.
231.
231. So in which this case it is what? 24 plus 5, right? This
Yeah.
5 bits. So that will be a slash 29. A total of
Yes.
8 usable, 8 IPs, out of which 6 are going to be
Use.
used.
Yes.
Done. And we still have some IPs left from 32 to 255 is still left.
Yes.
Clear on this?
Yes.
Now, see, Cisco is never going to come out and ask you questions in this way. They're not going to tell you to submit like this, right? Their questions are going to be worded slightly different. And Cisco is known for trying to confuse you with the questions. The question they might ask you is something like this. Okay, say 192.168.5.70 slash let's say 27, for example. See the change in the question? They have actually given you a specific IP. It is no longer just a subnet. Like here you had the zero subnet, right? So you know
Yes.
where to start from.
Yes.
But in this case, they have given you an IP somewhere in between. Now the question they are going to ask you is, what is the network ID? What is the broadcast ID? What is the first usable IP and the last usable IP? This is going to be the question that Cisco is going to ask you.
Okay.
Nothing has changed. The exact same formula we used in the last few problems, but with a little bit of an add-on. One more step has to be taken to get the answer here, right? So let's try to find, first thing, as I always told you, you see a slash notation there, convert that to a decimal mask. Done? So what is this decimal mask here? 255.255.255, which takes care of 24 of this. Then there are 3 left, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So what is this? 128 plus 64 is 192
4.
plus 32 is
224.
224. So,
So, this one.
correct, Nashwati?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay, sir. I got it.
So now we have a subnet mask. Now with the subnet mask in place, it is easy for us to find the block size. Is that okay?
Sorry. Yes.
Once we have the subnet mask, we know the interesting octet, we can find the block size.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Now, once we find the block size of 32, what we're going to do is we're going to reset this to 0. So we're going to say 192.168.5.0. And we take
Okay.
this block size and add it to this. So what do we get?
192.168.5.31.
31. Is this one inside? Is the IP we are looking at, is it inside this block?
No.
No, it does not belong to this, right? So
Yes.
leave it there, continue. What is the next one? 32?
32. 32.
32. We again add the block size to that. 32 plus 32?
64.
Uh-huh. Come back to the networking world.
63.
Oh, yeah. 63.
Right. Is the 70 inside? No.
No.
So we continue. 192,
Okay.
168, 5.64. Again, we add the block size. 64 plus 32?
104. 64.
95.
Right on. So 192, 168, 5.95. Is 70 in there?
Yes.
Good. Now we know that 70 is inside, which means what is our network ID? The first one. What is our broadcast ID? That guy right there. So 192, 168, 5.64 is our network ID. 95 is our broadcast ID. 65 is our first usable. 94 is our last usable. Anything different from the last few problems? Not really. We use the same method.
No,
We
yes.
find our network, and as long as that IP is not inside, we keep going until we get that guy somewhere in between the first and the last IP.
Okay.
Uh,
One more?
Sir,
Yes.
can you please tell me how come this 32 and 64, like the 32 and 64 one, how this address came?
This one you mean?
But did we add, no, the 32 one and the 64 one after 31, 192.168.5.32?
Huh.
How did this come now?
Because we have already used this much. What is left is the question here.
Oh, okay,
We
okay.
just kept continuing till we got 70 somewhere in between. That's all. So once we find out
Okay,
block
okay.
size of that subnet which has been given, then we know we just need to keep going until we find 70 in one of those. So the only difference here is rather than giving you a beginning of a network, they've given you something in between. Right? Now we need to find out which network he belongs to. So it's
Okay.
nothing different from the last one, but there's one additional step here. That's all.
Yes.
One more.
Okay.
All right. 199.10.5. And this one I'm going to make it a little tougher. Let's say 189 slash 28. So tell me what to do.
First we have to find the block size. For that, okay, it's 255
Mm-hmm.
dot 255 dot
Mm-hmm.
255 dot
1, 2, 3, 4,
16.
right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So 240.
Is that what this means?
Yes.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28 bits for the network. Fair enough. When we convert this, what did we get?
240.
192, 224, 240, right?
Yes.
Good enough. Now can we find the block size?
Yes. 256 minus 240 and
Hmm?
16.
26.
20.
Oh, you
Hello,
have
16.
16.
hello, hello. Guys,
16. 16.
it's 40 and 56, guys.
Yeah.
All right. So we know our block size is 16, right?
6.
Now
Yes.
we need to take this guy down and reset him back. So 199.10.5.0. And we add the block size, right?
Yes.
What do we get?
15.
199.10.5.
15, right? 0 plus
Yes.
16 minus 1, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Swati,
Yes, sir.
you sound hesitant in that yes. That's why I keep asking. While on Prithvi's side, there is no hesitation. It's like, yeah, done, right? Okay. So obviously 189 is not in there, right?
No.
So we keep going, right?
Yes.
199.10.5 dot. What is the next one?
16.
16
31.
to
16. 16.
31.
31.
Fair
31.
enough. Obviously
Yes.
not in there. 32 to
47.
47. Right. 32, 42, 48 minus 1. Yes.
63.
47. Perfect. Still not in there. So
63. 48 to 63.
48 to 63.
78. 64 to
64 to
78.
or would it be 74 plus 6, 80, or
93.
would it be 79?
Yes.
Yeah, but
No, because
79.
64 plus 16 is what? 0, 8
80.
minus 1,
Okay, okay.
79. You need to be careful there, okay? because a mistake here
Yes, you are right.
beyond which everything will go wrong.
Yeah.
Okay,
Agree.
so then we got 80 to what, 95, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, still not in there. So 96 to 111, I believe.
Yeah.
112 to what? 27?
127.
27. 127. 128 to 43. Come on, come on, come on.
Yes.
All right.
Uh,
Stay with me, stay with me.
43.
144, 54, 60, 59.
Yes.
Yes.
160 to 175.
Yes.
176 to
191. 191.
191. I think that is the one, right? Because 189
Yes.
is right in there. So the network ID is going to be 176. Broadcast ID is going to be 191. First usable is going to be 177. Last usable is going to be 190.
Yes.
Yes.
See, once you find the block size, it's just donkey work after that, right? You just have to keep going and be careful about it, because anywhere you make a mistake, beyond which everything will be mistakes. See, at some point of time, you will not do this donkey work. You know how I would have done this? Once I find the block size, right? And
Yes.
I know this is 169, I'll immediately try to calculate, multiply this with something that reaches close to this. So now in this case, I would say 16 into 10. So I got 160, right?
Yes.
Now I will only calculate beyond this. Oh, now I have 160. 160 plus 16 is 175. Then 176 to 191. So I would do this in 3 steps actually. So you have to work your brain on this one. I mean, what do you guys do if you want to? I don't know. I'm talking about the boys. You want to build a good physique. What do? You go to the gym, right?
A good time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here you need to go to the networking gym or subnetting gym, meaning every day for the next 15 days, two problems. After the first couple of days, you will see that you don't need paper. You're walking on the road, throw up a problem in your mind, work it out, as long as you're not crossing the road, okay? Because if you try to solve that problem while crossing the road, you might have a few new problems, right?
Yes.
So, couple of problems every day just to keep that logic going, and trust me, in the next 10 days or so, you will find that this is nothing. Questions on this?
No.
Another way in which Cisco might ask a question regarding subnetting is this. They will give you a network diagram here. Let's say they'll have one PC, they'll have two PCs here, and they will tell you PC1, PC2. This guy is, let's say, 192.168, 0 dot 15 slash um, slash what? Slash what should I put this as? Yeah, building a question is more difficult than building the answer there. Okay, a slash 28. And this PC's IP is 192.168.0 dot 16 slash 28.
Sir, what is this 28 mean? Like 15 is the IP, and what is 28?
Morning, Faiz.
Sorry,
Good morning, Faiz.
Ramayan is over. And he's asking who is Sita.
Sorry, I just came from Washington, so it was.
I saw you pop in. I saw you pop in. See, Faiz doesn't mean anything other than, say, 192, 168, let's say 5.0, and you say 255, 255, 255.0, right?
Yes.
This is clear. Now, how many bits are we using for the subnet mask here? 8,
The
8,
total?
yeah.
28.
Huh?
Here, 24.
24. Instead of writing this big long thing here, I can write that as /24.
Oh, okay.
This is called the CIDR notation or the slash
Okay.
notation. It's a shorter way of writing this. So 28
Okay.
here means 255, 255, 255 dot 25, 26, 27, 28 Baki host. So this
Yes.
means 240, right, guys?
248.
128, 128 plus 64 is 191, plus 32 is 224, plus 16 is 240. Right? 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16, right? 4 bits. 191, 192, 224,
Yes.
240.
Yes.
Good to go, Faiz, on this?
240.
Yes.
The slash 28 is okay now?
Yes.
Great. So now tell me, the question here is, PC1 is not able to talk or communicate with PC2. Why? I'm going to give you, rather, I'm going to enjoy this, and I'm going to take a 5-minute break while you figure out the answer. Trust me, I don't ask questions to which you don't know the answer. Remember that part. I'll never ask you a question to which you don't know the answer. You have it in there, you might need to stretch your mind a little bit here. You know the answer to this. I'll see you in 5 minutes with the answer, guys. Hello?
So you mean that PC1 is not pinging PC2, you say?
Yes, PC1 is not. Since we haven't reached the pinging stage yet, I'm just saying because those guys are not talking to each other for some reason. Maybe they are a husband and wife who just had a fight. That's a different point. I'll give you 5 minutes. I come back. You give me an answer. All right, guys?
Okay.
Think, discuss if you want. There's no problem in that. It's good.
Maybe they are on the same subnet mask.
Sorry that I got my screen stuck for some reason. I'm going to just try to get it back to you. There you go.
Hey.
Hello?
Sir.
Do we have an answer?
192.168.0.15, that's a broadcast ID,
One, great.
and the .16 is network ID.
Correct. So there are two problems here, right? Rather, there are three problems here. Hang on a second.
Breaking out.
Hang on a second. I dropped my headset. Are we good? The audio? Hello?
Yes.
One second. Okay, there are three problems in this. Two of them is what you said. There's a third problem here. Can you see that? Because if you look at it, this guy belongs to the network 192.168.0.0215, right?
15. Yes.
Of which this IP address cannot be given anyway because that's a broadcast ID, right?
Yes.
This network is 192.168.0.16 to 31.
16. 31.
So the first problem is this is the broadcast ID. Second problem is this is the network ID. And the third problem is these two guys belong to completely different networks. And
Different
remember what we
network.
discussed? Only devices belonging to the same network can talk to each other.
Yes.
So this is a possible problem that Cisco can give you. But it's all based on subnetting. You know the answer to these
Okay.
questions. It's just you need to, twist it a little bit here and there. Good so far, guys?
Yes.
Class C done? And whichever permutations and combinations they throw it at you, you can now get it right.
Think so.
The possible questions are one, what is the subnet for a network of this size? You know how to do that. You need to know, already know how to build a network of a specific size, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Whether it is 50 or 100 or 200, you know how to do that. Second thing is they might ask you to, they might give you a specific IP with a slash, a CIDR notation, and they'll ask you to find the network ID, broadcast ID, first and last usable IPs. You know how to do that.
Yes.
Then a question like this, where they ask you, why is this not able to communicate with each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I am going to build three networks. The first one of size 800 machines. The second one of 500. And the third network of 220. What does this mean? What does this mean? Can a class C network do this, give you this answer to this problem?
No.
Because we know a class C's maximum size is what?
Only for 256.
No, the size of a maximum size of a class C network is what? A class C means what? 255, 255, 2550, right?
Yes.
Which means you have 8 bits for the network, for the number of hosts. So maximum
Yes.
you can do with 8 is what? 256, right?
Yes.
But at least two of our networks here are bigger than that. Which means now we move to which class?
B.
We have to move to a class B because a class B network can give you a network size of 65,536,
Yes.
or 2 raised to 16, because the default mask of class B is 255.2550.0, which means you
0
have 16 bits to play with. Done? So let me give you a base network
Yes.
here of, let's say, 150.10.0.0/16. All right so far?
Yes. 150, 10. Yes.
So what is our subnet mask here?
225, 225.
255. 255.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God.
4
000.
dot 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, right? So we can use all these to make our hosts, and that is our network side, right?
Yes.
All right. So we've got a very big playing field here, but our requirement is the same, 800, right? So the question we need to ask
Yes.
is, how many bits does it take to make a network of 800? Conversion chart in place. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Obviously, that is not going to be enough, right? We go further.
Yes.
Yes.
256, 512, 1024. That's
Yes.
2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 800 should be somewhere here.
Yes.
92.
How many bits was that? 8, 9. So, sorry. Yeah, I guess, right?
Yes. That's a 8 and 9 and 10.
6, 9, and 10 bits, right?
Yes.
So we count off 10 bits. We know this is 8, right?
Yes.
9, 10. Draw the line there. Whatever we don't need, same method. No change in that method. So what is our new subnet mask now?
255, 255 dot
1024.
6.0.
How can it be
1, 2,
dot
3,
zero?
4.
Because if you want to go
Oh,
and convert those back to decimal, what would I do? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, 0, right? This one here.
yes.
So that would be 128 plus 64 is 192, plus 32 is 224, plus 16 is 240, 248, 252, 254. I'm just converting that binary back to decimal, guys.
Oh, yes.
So this would now be 254.0. That clear? Thundering silence on the link.
Yes.
See, all we did was exactly what we did before. We found the number of bits to make our network and we converted it back to decimal. Only thing is that you were familiar with playing in the fourth octet. Now we are playing in the third octet. Okay, maybe your confusion was because I did both of them in the same chart. This is our binary conversion chart. What we used here is the old binary conversion chart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now to find how many bits does it take to make a network of size 800, let's create it somewhere else. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024. Right? That's our network boundaries anyway. Our 800 is somewhere here.
Yes.
We know we need 10 bits to reach a network of this size.
Yes.
Right. Now let's go back. We already got that answer. 10 bits is what we need. So 0, 0, 0, 0, So we need 10 bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bits we need, right? Whatever we don't need, we are going to send it to the
Network.
network side. Now what do we need to do? Convert this to decimal, correct? We need our subnet mask, right? We need our subnet mask and we need to find the block size, right? Standard procedure.
Yes.
So just convert each of these octets back to decimal now. The first two are already there. Convert the third octet back to decimal.
So 128.
So you just take this octet here in binary and use your conversion chart. Because each octet is only 8, so we need to use the conversion chart here.
Yes.
So we take that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last two are zeros, right?
Yes.
So 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 0 plus 0.
Yes.
So what do we have? 128 plus 64 is 192 plus
Yeah,
32 is
192.
224 plus
4,
16 is 240
240,
plus 8.
248, and 4,
Oh, it
252.
was 252. Why did I say 254 then? My bad.
We had to.
My bad. My bad. Is that what confused you?
Now it's clear.
Alright. So we have 252.0.
252.0.
Now remember what I told you, in a subnet mask, we don't really care about 255s and we don't really care about zeros, right?
Yes.
Alright. So which is our interesting octet now? This one right here. Right? The third octet is the interesting one. We don't care about 255s, we don't care about zeros. Good so far?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the next step?
Block size.
Block size. To find the block size, you take it to the maximum and you subtract from there. What do you get?
3.
4.
4.
Okay, yeah.
Here it is
Oh
simple
God.
math. When you add it here, that is where you have to worry about it.
Yeah, I
So,
was telling about the network only.
all right. So now we take our block size and add it where? We're going to add it. Where are we going to add this block size?
On the start. Oh,
No. Because remember, which was our interesting octet? This was our interesting octet.
yes.
So we need to
Yes.
add that to our interesting octet, not anywhere else. So 150.10.3
Let's see. 3.
dot
Dot 0.
no, end of that network.
Okay.
So that is now my network. Now what does this mean? How am I going to get my 800 from this? If you look at it, 150.10.0.0 to 255 you have that network, the zero network.
Yes.
Then once
Yes.
you reach there, you come to the first network, 1.0 to
Yes.
255,
Yes.
2.0 to 255, and the
Yes.
3.0 to 255, or rather 256. Sorry, 255, correct. So you get 256 IPs here, 0 to 255.
Yes.
You get another 256 here, another 256 here, another 256 here. So total of how many IPs? 256 into 4, the magic number.
2024.
1024 is the magic number for us, right? Bytes to kilobytes, kilobytes to megabytes, megabytes to gigabits. It's all 1024, right?
Yes.
So your network size is now 1024. You have 1024 IPs in there. Your network starts with 150.10.0.0, which happens to be your network ID. your network ends at 150.10.3.255, which happens to be your broadcast IP or ID.
Yes.
0.1 is your first usable IP. 3.254 is your
254
last
is
usable IP.
last usable IP.
What is the next available IP? We have already used that block. What is available to us after this?
150.10.4.0.
Yes. Guys, are we clear so far?
Yes, 150. How come
How come what?
4 dot?
Because can
The next network is,
we don't, the maximum is 255, right? Beyond which we can't go.
yeah,
So in which case we have to add one here. So it will become 4.0, na?
okay,
Because there is no IP called 150.10.3.256, right?
yeah,
Its maximum is 255. You don't want to go beyond this, then you need to add here. So that will be 4.0.
okay.
Okay, let's get the original mask in place. 255.1234567 8. What is our next network size?
500.
We need
500.
500. Let's go back to our chart here and
68.
see how many bits we need for making a network of size 500. Something like that.
9 bits.
9 bits. Go back up there. 8 and 1 9. That's the line drawn, and we have. Then let's convert this back to decimal. What do we get? Almost the same except for 0.
255.255.254.
Is it?
Yes.
We need 9 bits, right? So that will be, sorry, one more to add here.
Yes.
Yeah. So plus 4 plus 2. You're right.
That's 2, which is 254.
Correct? So 128, 192, 224, 242, 248, 252 plus 2, 254. 254.0. That's our subnet, right?
0.
0.
Yes.
We find the block size.
Yes. 2.
254. We have a block size of 2. We take the 2 and add it to the interesting octet right there. So 4 plus 2.
4
6.
plus 2,
But 5.
6. Minus 1 is 5.
4 plus 2 is 5. Man, I've got you people scared on basic math now. Now try going back to your school, your old school, wherever you learned. Find your math teacher and ask him what is 4 plus 2. By telling him or her the answer is 5. Man, he will shoot you or he
No,
will shoot you.
it's 5.
And then you go on to prove it to her. Yeah, it is 5. Ugh. You know what? I did that actually. I actually did that. Now, lucky for me, her kid was also in networking. And now this is like maybe a few years back. I was out of school for. I still kept in touch with most of my favorite teachers. So, like 20 years out of school, I went back and met my math teacher, and we were talking about all the problems I had in math. I was terrible at math, right? And then I asked her, "Ma'am, I'm going to ask you a question, and I need an answer for it." I asked her the same question: What is 60? 0 plus 64? She says 64. I say no, it's 63. And then she goes and says, "Oh man, you never improved in your life, huh? You're still the same guy who was in my class." Then I called her son over, whom I knew was in networking, and I said, "Listen, I'm doing a subnetting problem here, and I need to add this block size to this one. So block size of 64 and the original subnet of 0." He said 63, and man, the look on her face. I wish I had taken a photograph of that. She was like, damn, this guy has corrupted my son too. Great memory, actually. So if we look at this, we have the network 4, 0 to 255 here. We have the network
Yes.
5, again 0 to 255. Total of
Yes.
256 on this one and 256 IPs here gives you 512 IPs.
Fan. Yes.
Done. So 0 is your network ID here. 5 dot, the last of that 255 is your broadcast ID. The first usable is 4.1 and the last usable is 5 dot.
254.
Total of 512 IPs, out of which 510 are usable because the first one and the last one we lost.
Okay.
Done?
Yes.
Again,
Yes.
this is a little overboard in this case because in CCNA, nobody's going to ask you class B or class A, right? But there's no harm. See, the method we are using is equally applicable to class A, B, and C. Now, let me give you a problem in the other way. And then in the next step, we'll try to make it a step-by-step thing. We'll try to write down the steps clearly. Let's say 150.10.57.91 slash 20. Find me the network ID, the broadcast ID, first usable, and the last usable. Same thing we did with class C, right?
Yes.
Now we're going to do this with class B. First step, guys, always convert to a subnet mask.
28.
Yes.
Yes.
So we know 20 means 8 plus 8 plus
8
4.
plus 4. Yes.
Right. So that will be 255. 255 dot 1234, 1234 here, and all zeros there, right? Convert this 128, 192, 224, 240.
Yes.
All right. So that changes to 255, 255,
5, 5.
240.0, right? Where
Yes.
we know this is the interesting update right here.
Yes.
Let's find the block size on this one. 256, 240. We know it's 16.
16.
All right. Let's go back and reset this guy to 0. 150.10.0.0. We
Yes.
reset. Remember, in class C, we reset the last one. In class B, we are resetting everything after that because our original mask is we know 255, 255, 0.0, right? Class C, class B.
Yes.
So we are resetting it back to the original class boundary there. And we take our block size and add it to our interesting update right there. So we have 150.10. What?
15.
15.255. Is our IP in there?
No.
It's not. So let's continue. 16 to 31, still not in there.
No.
32 to 63. No, sorry. It's 16, right? So 32 to what? 47, guys?
Yes.
32 plus
Oh, no.
16? 42,
47.
48 minus 1, 47.
47.
Still not in there, right?
64.
We need to reach 57. So I guess the next one, 48 to 63.
Yes.
Is our 150.10.57.91 in there?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So we have our network ID of 150, 10, 48.0 and 150.10.63.255. What is my first usable IP?
150.10.48.1.
And my last usable?
150.10.63.254.
Yes. Clear? So methodology has not changed. What we're going to try to do now is we're going to try write down the steps here. What is the first step we always did?
Converted into decimal.
Convert CIDR to decimal. Done?
Yes.
Second step we always did was find out how many bits it takes, right? That's what we always did, right? We found out how many bits does it take to make a network of this particular size, right? Let me go back somewhere where we have it. How did we do that? After we wrote it down in the decimal format, we always did this. Oh, I want a network of say 50. How do I find that? Not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. 50 is somewhere here. How many bits does
Yes.
it take? Second step always, right?
Yes.
So find out how many bits does it take to make the network. What is the third step we did always?
Block size.
Yes. But before we do the block size, we always found or
Find the network.
exactly find the new subnet mask for our network, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Then of course we did find block size.
Yes.
Fifth step, subtract block size. Oh, sorry. Yeah, find block size is already subtracting. Now we don't need to add that. Then what do? We add block size to first IP. And here
Yes.
is where you remember to do that
Interesting
minus
of
one.
that.
Minus one, voila. This is the only place where that your math teacher is going to shoot you. Step 5. Then, and that's it. 5 steps. Good to go?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to show you a place where you can do a whole bunch of these problems regarding your recent order. Okay. What did I order? Yeah, okay. You go down, open your Google there, and you search for Todd Lamley subnetting practice, right? And you go to the first page right here, right? And all you have to do is click on new problem. You got a problem right here, 21.84.117.32/14. You are supposed to find the network ID, first host, last host, and the broadcast. Stuff we have already done, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
You want to quickly try to work out this problem here?
Yeah.
All right. So we have 21.84.117 dot 32 slash 14. First step, find out what this means, right? Maybe I should write it
Yes.
down a little bit lower because that guy keeps popping up. So 21.84.117.32 slash 14, which would mean 255 dot what?
255.
No, it's 14. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Okay.
15, 16 dot all zeros here. Something like that. So what is this now converted back? 128, 192, 224, 240, 248, 252. Right?
I think it's 250. Yes, 252.
Everybody there?
Yes.
All right. So we have 255.252.0.0. So we have moved away from the third octet. We have come to the second octet now. Steps don't change. Find the block size. 256 minus 252. What do we
4.
get? We get a block size of 4.
4.
And since this is the interesting octet here, we're going to play there now. This one is going to take some donkey work. So let's reset 21. Now 21 means what class, guys?
A class.
Class A, which has an original mask of 255.0.0.0, right?
0.0.0.
We're going to reset it to 21.0.0.0. And we take our block size and we keep adding. So 0 plus 4,
3.
4 to 7,
Hmm.
8 to what? 13? No, 11, 12 to 15. So you need to continue on. I'm going to do it in the shortcut. So I would say the
18.
answer is probably 21.80.0.0, and it is 84.0.0 and 87.255.255. Yeah, that's more likely it. So all you need to do is keep adding. Should we try this answer, guys? You know the method of finding this now, right?
Yes. Yes.
Shall we try the answer I got here? Because I've got this supercomputer for a brain. 84.0.0. First host, according to, or let's check this to see if that is the correct answer. See what it says here?
Yes.
All right. So obviously the first IP is going to be 21.84.0.1. Last host is, according to me, 21.87.255.
Dot 255.254.
Yes. And the broadcast here is
Dot 87. Dot
21.87.255.255. Right? So let's
yes.
say check all of
Yes.
them, and there he goes and says yes, 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 yes. If you're confused, you can ask him to show the answer to you. I'm pretty sure that he'll show you the same thing.
Hmm.
Then you can go and say new problem. Right? He's given you a much simpler one now, a slash 16.
Yeah.
Not so simple. You have to do add. You have to add 16 at least 5, 7, 9 times. You'll get the answer. See, I'll tell you where you will get in a few days. I'm going to give you the answer of this right away now. The answer is going to be 93 dot what? No, it's a fairly simple answer, guys. 93.132.0.0
.0.0
and 93.132.15.55,
dot
0.1
yes
and 15.254 is the answer.
254.
I think it's too early in the morning. I have had only one cup of coffee, so maybe I'm wrong. But let's try that. Or why do I want to do that? Let me check the answers straight away, right? No, sorry. Show me all the answers. Are we right? Yeah, we are completely wrong.
Oh, 01 to
Okay,
59
what
now.
what happened now?
Uh,
Uh,
no.
Yeah,
the
completely.
first two is
The block size was completely wrong.
yeah,
See, I missed my first step of finding the block size here.
yes.
Man, such a simple answer and I had to blow it. See what happens with overconfidence? You know what they say, right? The only thing that improves with age is wine, not people. So I was young and foolish at one time. Now I'm no longer young. As for the foolish part, I still don't know. Let's take this out and we know it's slash 16, right?
Yes. So it's 8 plus 8.
Yes. So it is 255,
255
dot 0
dot
dot
0
0.
dot 0.
Now, what is our interesting octet here?
It's third one.
It is a third one right here. So it's actually the block size would be 256 minus 0 here.
0 is 256.
It is 256. So that is why.
And that
But so now I have to say what 93.132.0.0.
2 dot 0.
Take the block size and add it here. So 0 plus
Yes.
256,
255.
255.255. That is where I went wrong. Block size, I skipped that part. Got
Yes.
really overconfident. Good.
Yeah.
Down to earth. Actually, not that's not my fault, guys. I did not have my second cup of coffee. I'm not I'm not really awake until I'm on my third or fourth cup of coffee. Okay. So this is a page, guys, where you can have as many problems as you want, and you can really practice the heck out of this thing. So just give new problems. He'll keep giving you problems. So if you don't want to get into the class A problems, don't. Right? You can stay in the class C, class B problems. So anything above a slash 16, you can play with. But if you want to start with the play with the class A problems, nothing has changed. We still use these 5 steps, right?
Yes.
We still keep. Oh, what the? We still use these 5 steps. Class A, class B, class C, all of them works, right? Now, along with that, I'm also going to upload that workbook to you today.
Okay.
Now, as I told you, the method I taught you is a shortcut which I felt comfortable with. There are multiple shortcuts out there. Use whichever you're comfortable with, but don't get mixed up. All right. So this is a workbook which you can print and you know work out problems here itself if you want, or you can just use it as a reference, certain parts of it.